Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on in. For those that don't know me, my name is Michelle, and I am Snow Fox Designs. If you're catching me right now, you'll see the red with the white letters up there saying that I'm live. If it's not there, then you're catching me on replay. If you don't mind saying hashtag replay, I would appreciate it. Okay. Well, I think it looks straight, so we're going to leave it the way it is. When I look here, it looks straight. When I look there, it looks a little off, but I think we're good. So how is everybody? Hi, Lisa. How are you? Hi, Cindy. How are y'all doing today? Our weather is, I think, 86, 87. Thanks for throwing snowballs, Lisa. I appreciate it. So has everybody been having a good day so far? I have. Something must have shifted in my neck and in my back because I've had this headache I just cannot get rid of today. Fun, but it is what it is. Thanks, Cindy, for throwing snowballs. So we are going to do an eagle that I got from Renee's Chalk and Craze because I really like the eagles, and it's 3 pieces. So I have the salad set, then I have this, and then I have this. So the first thing I'm going to do is paint the base, and let me see. I think this is the one. I'm going to use 2 for in here. All right, I need a bigger brush. Let's use this brush. You know what? First, I think I'm going to do the blue. Why? Because it's a smaller area. Hi, Rebecca. You too. Man, I can usually handle some headaches, but not these kind. I want the lighter blue. I changed my mind. How are you, Rebecca? I hope yours gets better, Lisa. Some of these headaches are no fun, that's for sure. So on this little area where the flag's going to be from the eagle is the cobalt blue that I'm going to use in here. And I'm hoping that I get just the right area covered. I want it to be a little bit different than the darker, brighter blue that I'm going to use for the flag. I haven't tried that one yet. I know my mom used to say that too, the ice or the heat, like right here at the base of your neck and head. And I'm going to probably have to try that because right now, so far, nothing else seems to be working. Unfortunately, sometimes it just stays there, and I think you can relate to this, Lisa. Sometimes when something shifts in there, it's like that until it like shifts back. Hi, S&W Farming Life. Welcome on in. I'm getting the rest a few minutes, so wanted to hop on for the first time. Well, welcome. I appreciate you hopping on. I hope you're having a good day. So we are painting a 3-tiered eagle today. I'm going to set that one over there. Well, it fell. So what I mean by that is we have the solid piece, which I'm painting right now, and then this piece will go on top of it, and then this piece that's over here will go on top of here. And then I want to put it on this base. And then we're going to put maybe a little bit of floral off to the side on here. So we shall see. Thanks, Lisa. So today was one of the days. As you all know, I was telling y'all that since it's summer, I'm helping my son and daughter-in-law out by watching my two younger grandchildren throughout the summer when they need me to, because for the most part, LaShawn can work from home, but then there's days that she has to go in. Thanks, Dawn. Hello, how are you? Let's see. Peppermint on your temple and on the back of your neck for headaches. I've had a great day. I think I have some peppermint here. I think I have some peppermint oil here. I might do that too. So part of my problem is with the headaches is I have where some of my discs are pushing on the nerves, and I think that's what helps cause some of my headaches. They shift and then there it goes. But this next week, Monday, I will be over at their house pretty much all day. So I'm going to plan to take all my stuff over there, and like I did the one day, do a live from their house. But it might be because I can't take a ton of stuff. It's kind of hard sometimes. Or you think you have everything and you're like, oh man. So I'm going to try to plan out my craft as best that I can and take what I need and do a craft from their house on Monday. And then Tuesday, I'm not sure exactly how long I will be there, but then the rest of the week, I'm home this time. But it's going to be going off and on as to what days I will be there. I know most Mondays I'm going to be over there, so I'll be doing a live remotely. Might paint this again. We'll see. Hi, Mickey. How are you? I'm going to have to remember it and pull out my peppermint oil and try that. Hopefully that'll help. I don't think I've done the peppermint one before. And as this is drying, I'm adding a little more paint to here just because I can see some spots that I think need a little extra love. So I was just asking how everybody's day has been going. We have, I think it's like 86, 87 here today, but we have that good old wet stuff coming. We have a obedience trial this weekend that Ken is a trial secretary for, and I usually do the cooking. Well, I was planning on doing on the Blackstone some hamburgers and that, but then found out that it's supposed to be raining all Saturday, so I'm not going to stand out in the rain because you never know, which way the wind's going to blow and that, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that this time. All right, let's put the white over there because I'm probably going to need it again. Hi, Shyla. How are you? I have done the peppermint oil. Sometimes it works. See, I mean, it's worth a try. I mean, as you know, Lisa, when it involves your nerves and that, you never know. So we'll give it a whirl. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Okay, so we got that dried. This is the piece that I'm going to be doing next is this one, and it's going to come over just for those that may not get to stick around because they're working on their farm. This piece is going to go over the top of it, and then there's another piece to go on that. Good, gonna watch Quality doing some organizing. Oh, girl, every time I start organizing here, it gets unorganized again, and now I really need to organize it again. You know what? Let's stick with the white first. I need a smaller brush because now some of this area is getting a little more finer, so I don't want to run over. And I'm going to do the white first, and then we're going to come up and do his beak. So I don't know. I know Thursdays is usually the auction night day, but I don't know if Ken's going or not. Oh, Lisa, well, everybody, you know that I was telling you that they're sending me this packet for because they want me to do this trial thing with the neural stimulator. Some of these questions make no sense to me at all. And yes, they'll ask some of the same things 50 times over, and it's like, what? I told Kenny I started filling it out, and I said, I'm taking a break. I just can't right now. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Hi, Karen from Florida. No, I am no longer with Magnolia. I am, I guess you could say, like a free agent. I buy from whoever now, do whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. There, I still like some of Magnolia's products, and like I was with CC a long time ago. Um, I like, so now I'm just doing everybody's and anybody's and what I want. But Ken doesn't come on as much anymore because his job changed and his hours changed. He used to be off on Wednesday and Thursdays, and he is no longer off on Wednesdays and Thursdays. But he might come. I might see because he's off tomorrow. I might see if I can talk him into coming in and doing a project. I know he's been wanting to, so we'll see. Hi, Linda. How are you? We'll see. I may be able to convince him to come back on and do a project tomorrow. Not sure what he'll do, but we'll see. I might convince him. I know he's been saying he's missed it, so, and he missed seeing, talking to you all. Because y'all are so fun. I like coming on here and talking to everybody. Yeah, you and me both, Cheryl. That's a big thing. We need to follow Mickey's lead to organize. Cheryl, have you thought any more about doing lives? You do some pretty nice projects. I'm trying to do this so, because if I do it too fast, I'm going to have it running and I don't want it to run. I enjoy doing the lives. I know sometimes, like with all of us, I'm sure you're like up to almost to the last minute, like, what am I going to do? Or like today, I had like four different things, and I thought, you know what? I should really do myself a favor today and do something that I don't have to think too much on. I'm sure some of you can understand that one. It's that kind of day. Ken's brother is flying in from Orange County, California tonight. He has a 50th class reunion that he's going to, and we will see him tomorrow evening for dinner. And then he'll be busy all Saturday with the class reunion stuff. But then we'll see him again on Sunday. So that ought to be some fun. Oh, I think about it. No, 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 no. You will not, Cheryl. When you organize, that is when you can. Exactly, Karen. I started doing that probably a month ago, and then I was like, crap, where did I put that? I know I had this, and then it's like, man, I can't find it. But Cheryl, you'll do fine. Plus, you'll have all of us supporting you. I get what you're saying because I know I've told this story. Some of you have heard it before because I was so nervous about doing it because when I was with one of these other companies, I started to do a live and my upline was like not very helpful and wasn't very supportive. And I thought, okay, so I didn't continue to do them. And then when I did this, started here, I thought, okay, I just get my buddy, and I got my buddy, and I got on Messenger, and I said, all right, now you tell me, because we did it on Messenger, and I said, now you tell me, does this look right? Does that look right? And we were doing it, and then the one day after doing it a couple times, I said, okay, Tina, I said, nobody knows that, I'm going to be going live. Nobody knows this. So, I'm going to go on Facebook and go live and you can tell me how it all is. I wasn't on maybe 5 minutes, if that. And James hops on and goes, well, looky what we have here. And I went, oh, crap. I thought I could sneak this one by. But the hardest thing for me starting out, and I'm absolutely will be honest, was when you're first starting out, and even sometimes now, it's, talking. It was hard. I'm sure it would do great. And like, you'll have all of us, but it's the talking part. That's the hard part for me. As I was growing up, I was the nice, quiet, shy little person, and I came out of my shell some from that. But he's more the type that he's never met a stranger, so he can talk to anybody. Hi, Becky, how are you? Are you at work? But that's the hardest part for me. I think I've gotten better. I try to. I try to keep everybody engaged. But then I have these lulls and I start getting into my painting or whatever I'm doing and I'm like, "Oh crap, you need to talk." Oh, yes, not seeing the comments. That is a big one. I am making a eagle. I got it from Renee's chalk craze. This is the base part. This is the second part. It's 3 layers. This is the second part that I'm working on, and it's going to go on here, and then there's a third part. And then I'm going to try to put it on this base. Yes, there was, oh, some of you may have been on. I don't know if y'all were or not. Let me see what this is. I started doing lives at our little farm shop and my sales went crazy. I've come out of the shell for sure. Ah, well, that's awesome. I know I haven't got it all the way done yet, but I'm going to start putting some of my stuff up here soon, probably in a couple weeks, up on eBay and start selling off of there. I hope you have a good day at work, Becky. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Cheryl. I know though. There's some days I get off and I'm going, dang it, I should have been talking more. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I saw somebody that they list on their page. Just like they'll take a picture. Somebody just listed on their page not too long ago. I saw that they had some of their stuff and it was for sale, and they just had pictures and they said if you're interested, just PM me. Didn't have any prices listed or anything. And I don't think I don't know if I want to do that. My page can do lives on 19th. Oh, yay! Then going to start more lives, one scheduled because work exhausts me. Oh, girl, I get that. When I first started out doing it, I was doing them twice a day, and I thought, oh, I can't do this. It was just too much for me to do it. It was a lot, so I stopped doing twice a day. So now I'm using kerneled mustard. Now I'm second guessing myself. Yes, Colonel Mustard by Dixie Belle for his eyes. And then I'm going to, his eye. For his eye, and I'm going to put some on his beak here. That's what I thought. Prices are helpful. Well, Mickey, I would, if I was you, all I would do, because with your schedule and that, and with, work with it tiring you out, I would, just, before you go on, if you're going to come on, just get, if you can, just put out a little notice that, hey, I'm going live in a half hour or 15 minutes or whatever, and do it that way. And then if you can get like a certain days, because I don't know how your work runs, then, if you can schedule and say, okay, I'll be on this day, but even if you're not sure what time, and just do that. Because, as long as I know, I try to watch everybody I can. Yes, getting out of my head is hard sometimes. It very much is, and I don't know if that's because I get frustrated. I'll be honest, when I get frustrated when I have some image in my mind and it's just not turning out the way I want it to turn out. It's like I have that little bit of perfection. I want to have that perfectionist thing in me. Isn't always a good thing, I will admit. So I just want to darken this up a little bit more, and then I'm going to take, I think, a lighter yellow. Maybe I might mix just to see what this does. Just because I can. We're going to take a little bit of the Colonel Mustard in here. I just created a private group to sell our farm products through. My crafting is soaps and natural handcrafted skincare products. It has worked out great, and not paying for a website, I can go live in the group. You could try that too. Oh, yeah, that would be a good idea. I'm you all your soaps and that are all natural. Might have to try some. I can't use some like soaps and cosmetics because I'm allergic to some stuff. And I do use a lot of like Dove in that, because for me, if I don't, my skin feels like it's all like sucking up on me. And hi, Judy. And I can tell you a story, and Tina, I think, is still on here. I used to use Carmex all the time for my lips and that. Loved it. Would keep them nice and soft and everything. I'm just mixing a little bit of Colonel Mustard and bright yellow together because I want to put a little bit different color on his beak. But anyway, I used to use it all the time. Had no problems whatsoever. Then all of a sudden, I was wearing it and I looked like a clown. I broke out red all the way around my lips from that stuff. I hand milk our dairy goats. I use all natural ingredients in everything I make. May have to try something. So I can't use that. Then I went and had testing done, and they tell you, that's like my rings. That's why you don't see me wearing a lot of rings in that, because I break out from some of the metals, and that nickel in that is in a lot of them, and I break out from some of that. And what did they tell? They told Ken, because he went to the one time, and he said, well, what can she wear then? And what did he say? Was it platinum? I don't know. It was one of those. And he said, well, that He told the doctor, well, you buy it for her then, because that stuff ain't cheap. All right, let's see if I can, just want to put a little bit on here. I don't know, can you all see it? Nickel free too? Yeah, it was funny because I said, yeah, and it was bad because I was at a dog show and I had just put it on, and man, I'm like, great, I have to go show my dog, and here I am with all this red all around. It looks like you took lipstick and just went like this. So that ain't good. Luckily, I went in and tried to scrub it off as best I can. And I think we had about a half hour before I went in, and it finally toned down. So that was good. But I thought, yeah, okay. All right, put that over there. So I don't know if you can see that. Can you all see the different color of the yellow on his beak? Hi, Peggy. Thank you. S&W Farming, what is your name, please? And I'm going to put you on my, I have what we call a cheat sheet. Unless you prefer that I call you S&W. And I get that, because some people don't want their names out there, but okay. Now, this is going to be very detailed because I want to put blue around the lines and then white for the stars. So I'm going to need my small, keep our little white there because we're going to need that again. Thanks, Peggy. 9 West, I just followed you under my personal. Oh, Nina West, sorry. Whoops. I read that too fast. Welcome, Nina. And thank you for following. I appreciate it. Now, one of our other craft people had this where we keep track of everybody who is our crafting page or who follows us, and we put down, their page and their name so we can start learning to remember them. And it makes it easier. Sometimes it's like, ooh, we see so many, as you probably know, even in the farm with all the farm pages because I follow a lot of the farm pages, and it's a lot. So having a little cheat sheet helps. But I grew up on a small farm. It was a small farm. We had a couple cows and we had a pony, and we grew a lot of like corn and vegetables and stuff like that. I don't do the cutouts. I don't have a laser machine, but we know several people that do have the cutouts that we can, if Lisa or somebody wants to share out James's site and Renee's site, go ahead and post it here if you don't mind for me. They do a lot of the laser cutouts. I do not have a laser, but I do buy from them. But I like going on and learning some stuff that I didn't know. Like we didn't have chickens, we just had a couple cows and a pony, and did a lot of like crops with corn and stuff like that. and we had neighbors that had horses, and I had an uncle that had a dairy farm. But oh my goodness, some of the things that you forget because I was a kid then, and I like following learning stuff from y'all. It's interesting. But I did figure out I don't ever want chickens. No, why? I don't want all those snakes. No, thank you. I don't remember who posted it, and I think I was talking about it yesterday. But oh my lord, somebody went into their barn and there was two snakes intertwined hanging from the rafter. No, thank you. Not me. Definitely not a snake person. Yeah, so I don't know, or Tina, if any of you all are still on here and wouldn't mind posting Renee and James's link. I know it's Renee's Chalk and Craze, and let's see, what is it's trying to think what James and Chuck's Etsy page is. Woodchuck something. Anybody on here that knows it and can post it, I'd appreciate it. Thanks, Lisa. Hi, Judy. Hi, Devonna. If I missed anybody else, I'm sorry. But hello. So this is taking a little bit because I'm trying to get in here without going into the stars. Thanks, Mickey. Thank you guys for posting that for her. But yeah, they do the wood cutouts, and so does Piney Creek. Laura does wood cutouts also. So this is very, very thin here, and I'll show you. I'm going to leave my blue right there. So I got it around the flag right there. And after I do that, this little piece will go up on here. And I didn't really have to do some of it, but, you know, hey, it happens. All right, now I want to do my stars. We used to have 50 plus cow. Now we have is his and her goats. I have dairy goats. He has boar goats. I've gotta hop off. Whoops. I gotta hop off, but I'll come back and watch the rest of it later. Gotta go feed critters. Your live is great. Ah, thank you, Nina. You have a good rest of the day, and I appreciate it. Yes, they do, Mickey. I lost my comments over here. See if I can get them back. Hi, Cindy. How are you? So I'm doing one. I can't use that one. Cannot. Gonna have to use the one I was using. How are you? I hope you and Scott are having a lovely day. Got to clean this one off because I like this one better. It works so much better on the smaller spots. So now I'm just painting my little stars here. Oops. I just see. See, I'm talking to y'all, and I missed a spot that needed to be blue. Dang it. That's all right. I'll fix it after we get the stars painted. See, I got distracted, y'all. Thanks for sprinkling. Don't forget that I do a drawing. I'm going to do it probably either Saturday night or Sunday sometime because I was telling everybody Ken's brother's coming in. So I know we'll see him on Friday. We have our show that we will be at on Sunday where he's trial secretary to. I mean, on Saturday. And then Sunday will be with his brother and family. So I think, actually, I see two spots I should have painted blue. It'll either be Saturday night or Sunday sometime. I did figure out I need to get me some more smaller little brushes. Judy, did I say hello to you? If I didn't, I'm sorry. And hello. I was just saying, Cindy, that I don't think I'll ever want chickens if I ever decided we ever moved and go anywhere where we have some more land. Nah, I don't think I want chickens. They attract too many snakes. And I don't like snakes. Hey, Ken. Thanks, Cheryl. So, Ken, I have a question. If at all possible, I don't know if you'll be able to answer or not, would you be interested in doing a live tomorrow? Inquiring minds want to know. Let me get those spots I didn't get. Can't believe I missed these. Don't know what I was thinking. He may only be able to say something but not listen since he's at work, so I may have to ask him later. Thanks, Mickey. So there's that. Now for our. So, y'all, while I'm painting this, y'all can tell me because I can't decide. On the edge that goes around here, I could paint in the areas like right here. I could do this part blue, and where the white is, do it white, and around the beak do the yellow, and then red down here for the red. Or I could just paint all this black because I'm thinking maybe if I do the black, it might have the other colors pop. But y'all think about it and tell me what you all think because I couldn't decide. But here's the base. When I get this painted with the red, that'll go on there. So it'll look like that. Is that yes? He said yes. Oh, I see. Lisa said he said yes. Okay, we'll come up with something for you to do. We'll work on that tonight. I know you've been wanting to. Is it a promise, Ken? Usually, I do have to say, and I've known him for 25 years, usually when he promises, so you get the promise, Linda, when he promises, usually it happens. Now, if he doesn't promise, something fell. If he doesn't promise, then it could be. So I want to do this edge right here red. And just so y'all know, I am using Deco Arts. I believe it's Romance. Yes, because I really like that red. It's really like a red red. I like this. All I see is he said yes, and it reminds me of she said yes to the dress. Okay. I'm glad because I'll be honest, I do miss, even though sometimes he will tell you he would be on the live and he would be saying, "Don't you leave." He said, "Because I want you here. Anything goes." But I do miss him doing some lives. And if I get my room organized, I want to one day in the near future here be able that he can come on and we both can be doing maybe the same project, him doing one and I'm doing one, or two projects, but we're both doing something. I think that would be fun. But he will admit he does like crafting. At first, just like everybody else, you're kind of unsure, especially when you go on and you're doing a live. I still get nervous sometimes. I do too. I love the romance. I did find out today when I was looking through my colors that there's a lot of colors I need to restock. I need some more whites and blues and black. You get into doing crafting and then you forget how many times you've used a color or two, and then you go to get it and it's like, oh man, it's either empty or it's almost empty. Hi, Mary. Welcome and thank you. So now I'm excited. Ken's going to do something tomorrow. Yay. All right, let's see if this. Usually this red color covers pretty good, but let's see if it needs another. He does, and that's what I told him. He'll cut. He'll. You guys don't even know, but I'm kind of the same way. Sometimes get off on the live and go, man, I didn't like that. That didn't turn out right. But I told him, I said, Kenny, you have not been crafting that long at all. But for long as he's been crafting, he's done really well. All right, let's see if we need a little touch up anywhere. First, we'll touch up on the red where I think it needs it. I keep these water wipes here for this purpose. Cleaning out my brush if I need it right away, and for my hands. And I like to use, for those that don't know, the water wipes. They're literally called water wipes because they're mostly water. There's only like 1% citrus in it. That's what I use. I like those. It doesn't cause fuzzies or anything like that on your stuff. All right, before we seal this on here, I want to make sure I got everything that needs to be touched up. Okay, I think we got that. Let me tell you, he's got a lot he can probably choose from here. I do know I really want to find, I know Stephanie sells rusty springs. I want some rusty springs. I want some of those, and like the rusty bed springs and some of the spindles. I like some of those spindles, those big long spindles. We went to, I don't know if I told you all this one or not. We went to this yard sale, and they were getting rid of this headboard. It was an older headboard. Hi, Stephanie. It was an older headboard, and it had the best, like, piece on the headboard where you could cut it off and have all these like spindles and everything. And I told Kenny he should have never told them what we were going to do with it, because then they didn't want to sell it. And I thought, what do you care? You put it in the garage sale. You shouldn't care. But once he told them what I was going to do with it, cut it all up, they were like, no, it's an antique, and it really was not an antique. But whatever. Okay, so did we decide? Did we want it? I'm going to glue this piece on here. Did we decide? Do we want to paint this the same colors on here, or do it all in black? I'm kind of leaning towards the black, but I wanted your all's opinion. So while you're all thinking about that, I'm going to use the dangerous glue here, because it's just as bad, in my opinion, as the Surebond is the stick fast, and I'm going to use that and get some on here, and hopefully not glue myself today. It doesn't, it dries pretty fast, but it doesn't stick as bad to your fingers. I mean, Starbond is harder to get off than I think stick fast, but it still sticks to your fingers. Okay, black. That's what I was thinking, Lisa, because I was thinking if I do it in black, it might pop a little more. I'm thinking I better get it up off the paper so it don't stick to. Did you see how it was sticking to my fingers? But with Starbond, it really sticks. It's making. The only thing with this one, I think you got a little more play time if you need to adjust it. Okay, we're going to go with the black. And the black I have is caviar, so that's what we're going to use. Steph, do you have like a Etsy store or something? We've been sharing Etsy stores and that on here today. We Nina from S&W Farming was on here, and since I don't do the cutouts and she was interested in the cutouts, we shared some pages for her. And if there's anybody new on here that is not following some of the other pages on here, please follow. It helps us all when you follow us. And Cindy, are you going to be on tonight? A file works wonder. What are y'all talking about? Did I miss something? I think I missed something. Y'all can't leave me out. What am I missing? Or if it went over my head, let me know that too. Today anything could. So I'm just lightly taking the black to go over this. Hi, Karen. How are you? Oh, I get it, Cindy. You need to take some time for your all self too. Self care. Can't forget that. I've had my granddaughter to that. Oh, I get that. I get that. Love the grandbabies, but yep, it's funny because some of the things that I want, when you're looking to craft and that, I'm sure some of you are like this too. Like just say, just for example, like the rusty springs, bed springs and that. You're like, are you getting rid of your mattress? I want that. A nail file works wonderful when you get that glue stuck to you. Oh, okay. Okay. So I did miss that. See, I'm glad we got some time yet because we're still looking for some jugs there. And it's funny because sometimes they come in spurts. Sometimes you don't see them for a while, and then the next time there'll be a whole bunch of them. You'll be on Saturday. Saturday, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to watch people because we will be at our club's dog trial for obedience and that. And I do the food and stuff, and Ken is the trial secretary. But I will definitely go back and watch the replay. Okay, I think we got it all covered. So I'm going to put that up and put this here so I don't make a mess. Let's dry this up. Mickey, are you not getting sun? Do you have rain? I know we have more coming. At least we're getting a few nice days, so I'm happy about that. For a while there, it felt like nothing but rain. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. Making collage of trees to go with my. Oh, cool. Yes, what time will you be on, Cindy? That may make a difference because if it's like your regular time, then I can watch you. All right, let's do this very, very carefully. Maybe pulling out the file. So for those that have came on later, I know he's not probably not still on, but Ken is going to be off tomorrow. We have a couple things to do, and we'll be meeting his brother for dinner tomorrow. But he promised everybody he was going to jump on and do something tomorrow for a live. I can't complain. I mean, well, I can complain because we've had quite a bit of rain. Whoops. All right, quit moving on me. It's moving. Stay. Yes, it's stuck to my fingers, y'all. Gonna have to get out the nail file. I have another one here, so I can do it the other way too if I want to. But I think I kind of like that. 6:15, I think. Saturday, my husband and I are supposed to be going to. Oh, that would be fun, Cheryl. I love, love, love all that stuff. Okay, so this is my thought, y'all, and I did turn on my glue gun because I think I'm going to need backup. But I want to take this and I want to put it on here. And I thought I had Jenga blocks back here, but I don't. But I'm going to have it so it's like this. But I'm going to kind of set it. I think I want to set it here. And I want to put a little bit of floral on there. I think that might help. You know, some red, white, and blue floral. I'm trying to decide if I want to offset it or not. I think I'm going to put it in the middle. Thanks, guys. So I'm going to use a little bit of both because I want to make sure it does stick. And why I put this on here like that is beyond me, but I did. So, Steph, did you say whether you had a link to a shop or something or not? Because if you did, I'll go back and look. Love that, even with the flag. Karen, Karen, Karen. Yay! So far, so good. I don't know what I did, but it. So I was thinking about taking a little bit of this, get my handy dandy tool. Because I saw somebody that I know use these and I really like them. So I'm glad I watched them use them. Miss Cindy. So I figure I'd take, let's do a small one and see how that works. And put some floral on here just to give it a little something something extra. Because I was thinking we could take maybe some white, some blue. We can put the red in here. And then we can fill in some flowers. And I know they always say to use odd, not even. And that sucks because I like even numbers. But I'm also been known to be the rebel and go against the grain. So just messenger. No, ma'am. This time I did not because I like the sides the way they are. I like those. So I'm thinking something like, now it'll look a little different once I start. but something kind of like this. What do you think? Just message her. I will do that. We could add a few more flowers to it if we need to, but I'm thinking something like that. I got some spider webs hanging. I use this nice little tool just to help hold down here. Comments must have stopped. I think I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, I like it that way. Thanks, guys. So we're probably going to wind up with a few extra flowers on here. Because this is a little bit bigger than I was anticipating. But that's okay. All right, you're being stubborn. Don't want I put, dagnammit, why did I do that? Thought it could have blew one. Oh well. We're going to have two in the same spot, almost. Oops. I think maybe we need to add a red one here. And even though there's blue here, I think maybe add a blue there too. What do you think? That's what I'm thinking. Might make that one just a tad bit longer to get it over there. What do you think? I need to do the nail file. I got glue stuck all over my fingers. Thanks, Cindy. Can you see them now, Karen? I have two full beds that have been weathered outside. I cut what I need off and leave them to get rusty crusty. Cool. I know. Now I was just saying, now every time I see anybody or I hear somebody saying, oh, they're getting rid of a mattress. What kind of mattress is it? And they look at you like, huh? Because I want to use it for crafting. What do you mean you want to use it for crafting? You don't even know. Trust me. But so far, nobody's getting rid of that kind of mattress. You think it needs any more? I think it looks okay, like it is. What do y'all think? And I didn't paint the back because it'll sit like this, back to the wall. Have to run, y'all. Time to eat. Love yous. Love you too, Cindy. You and Scott have a good evening. So this is my project, unless you all think we need to add any more flowers to it. A little greenery. Let me see what I have. I know I have some greenery. Let me put on my glasses. Give me 1 second, because I just had some out. We could let's see what this looks like. I could take and put little pieces of this in here. Thanks, guys. Can y'all see my hand shaking? See, I can put a little bit of greenery like that in. And put some back here. I have a glue pot, but I forget to turn it on. I know I need a little bit more in there. Yes, I put one on today. I should have had one on the other day, because when I don't know, maybe it's me and splatter, but when I did the splatter the other day, it wasn't just on the project. It was on me. It was on my shirt. Me and Splatter, I guess, just don't get along. All right, come on. Get your little booty in there. What do you think? I think maybe a little piece over here. I don't want to do too much, but I don't want to do where it needs like maybe a little more or something. Well, that stuck to my finger. I think that was a good choice, Karen. I think the greenery was a good choice. I think that's enough, don't y'all? I don't think it needs any more. I like my eagle. So, y'all, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the evening. And we will be on tomorrow. Ken said he's going to do a live, so we will see. Thanks, Karen and Lisa and Tina. So we will see what he's going to do. If anything, at the very least, I will be back here doing comments for him because sometimes he said he forgets to look. But he will be doing the project. Not sure what he'll be doing. So for those that want to hop on and watch him, we would have greatly appreciate it. In the meantime, I appreciate and he appreciates each and every one of you. And thank you so much for hopping on and sprinkling and sharing me out. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of the evening, and we will see you tomorrow. And here's some hearts from me to you. Love y'all. Have a good evening. Bye.